Can you once discuss the last question of the previous
Yes,
DPP?
yes, that is the second part, the identity and invertible elements one.
Yeah, I'm discussing the entire only.
Okay, Dadar.
So what was given? I think some binary relation was defined like A star B is equals A plus B minus 4, right?
Yes.
Given. So what was the first part? What was he
First one,
asking?
so that this is both associative and commutative.
So for the commutative part, I think it is quite intuitive, right? Right. A into B must be equal to B into A, right? So in that case, A into B is what? A plus B minus 4, and this will be B plus A minus 4. Both are same, right? So this is proved as it is. And for the associative part, wait a second, somebody is in the waiting room. Okay, so for the associative part, A star B whole into star C is equals A star B star C. We need to prove this, right? Was anyone having a difficulty in this part, associative part? I think someone wrote me.
Sir, here,
Okay.
Dadar, here we will get A plus B plus C minus 8 in all parts.
Yes, A plus B plus
Uh,
C minus 8.
so this also A plus B plus C minus 8, I'm showing that. So basically A star B is what? We can directly write it as A plus B minus 4 star C, right? And this is what? First term plus second term minus 4. It gives A plus B plus C minus 8. And similarly, if you see here, then A star B star C will be what? B plus C minus 4, and A star B plus C minus 4 will be A plus B plus C minus 4 minus 4, right? First term plus second term minus 4. So that will give me A plus B plus C minus 8, right? So hence this part is also proved, and the main thing comes in the second part. Now what did you guys think in the second part? First tell me
Sir,
how
for
to
that
proceed.
identity element, sir, I thought that it should be 4 because, sir, like in case of additive identity, multiplicative identity, also like the number should remain unchanged even if the binary operation is done on it. So, sir, A plus B minus 4 is equal to A. It will remain if B is equal to 4.
Yes, so exactly. So basically you mean something like this, right? Let's say A into some identity element I is equal to I into that into A is equal to that A.
Sir, is
So this is
equal
what
to
you
A.
mean.
Yes, sir.
So let's say we assume some identity element. Then in that case, what will be A into I? We can directly write it as A plus I minus 4. And since it has to be equal to A, so if we directly cancel out A from here, then we directly get I is equal to 4. This is the only identity element possible in this case. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now coming to this last part, I think. Yes, next was invertible, I think. Huh? Now, what is a very important property of the invertible things, invertible operation? Can anyone tell me in terms of function or in terms of any operation? What can you apply the same thing in case of a invertible function, right? Like what we did right now. Like for example, if I say f of f inverse of x, what is this? What is this value?
Sir, is it X?
Yes, obviously, but the converse is not true. Okay, we are going to see that. Means f inverse of f of x is not x always. So we can directly see over here that if let's say we have to find the invertible elements, then we can directly assume, let's say some a element is there. That means a inverse should also be there in the set. That means a star a inverse is equal to a inverse star a is equal to what? Identity. Is it clear? This is the property we are going to use.
Yes, that.
Yes, sir.
So a star a inverse is equal to a inverse star a is equal to I. Now what to do? What to do? Think.
Whether it will be a plus 1 by a minus 4 equal to 4.
A plus 1 by a, yeah. So a plus a inverse minus 4 is equal to 4, right? Am I
Yes.
right? So over here we can directly say that a plus a inverse is equal to 8. Right? So from here a inverse is equal to 8 minus a, if I'm not wrong. So, and we know that a belongs to z, right?
Yes, sir.
It was given in the question. So every for every a we put, a inverse will it always be an integer if we put a is equal to integer?
No, sir, it will not. It will not be an integer.
Why?
Like A inverse, sir, what does that mean? I didn't understand.
Whether that means 1 by a.
No, that does not mean 1 by a. That never means 1 by a.
Okay, sir.
Huh.
Yes, sir, then
So
it would come as an integer
So
only
then
if
it
A is
become as
greater than
an
integer.
yes, exactly. Let's say a inverse you consider some element b, okay? So b is equal to 8 minus a. For any integral value of a, b will always be integral, right?
Yes, sir.
So hence proved. Did you guys have any problem in any other question?
I could not do the last few like questions. I will just reach like do them and then I'll like if I can I ask you like in the chat.
Yes, you can definitely ask me in the chat, and if it's a common doubt, then I'll solve for everyone in the class, like this one.
Like I could
Sir,
not
I
solve
also
I
had a
was out
doubt.
of station and then I had a fever, so I couldn't solve the full DP.
Haha, that's okay. You just solve and send me your doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, I also have a doubt in one question.
Which question do you have doubt in?
Sir, so just a minute, let me just. Sir, it was that later relation R on the set N of natural numbers we defined as x comma y. Like it was the function was given like x square minus 4xy plus 3y square is equal to 0. So, sir, where say x comma y belongs to a natural number, then the relation R is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, and equivalence relation. So, sir, which one will be correct, sir? That one.
Okay. So you send me the question, the screenshot of the question in my personal chat. I'll send the solution to you in Discord.
Yes, sir. Just.
Okay. So today let's start functions. Think we could do it from a new page. Yeah. Okay. So last day we said that a function is basically a subset of any relation, right? So how do you define a function? Does anyone know?
So like if
what
we
is
are
the
mapping
basic
from
definition?
one set, if we are using a function mapping from one set A to other set B, then all of the elements in A must have an image in B, and
Yeah.
it must be a unique image. So
Huh.
means
So that means basically that let's say over here we have some elements and over here we have some other elements. Let's say I call this my set A and this my set B, right? So this is, let's say there be element A, B, C, D, and here let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So मतलब क्या हुआ कि यहाँ से A वाले सेट से हर एक से तीर निकलना चाहिए, राइट? कंसिडर दिस एज अ मशीन, राइट? ए वाले से हर एक से तीर निकलना चाहिए और निकलना ही पड़ेगा, दैट इज मैंडेटरी। और यहां से ए से दो तीर नहीं निकल सकता। मान लो डी है, इस डी पॉइंट से दो तीर नहीं निकल सकते। क्यों? क्योंकि मान लो इफ आई डिफाइन दिस एज अ फंक्शन, this relation, if I define as a function, then this function is a machine, right? And if a single input gives two outputs, then the machine won't work. Like sometimes it would give me output 3, sometimes it would give me output 4. So definitely it won't work. But the converse is true. Like what? Like for example, if you take y is equal to x square, right? So in this case, if you put -2 also, then also y will be 4, and if you put 2, then also y will be 4, right? So 2 can be mapped to the same. Let me draw it more clearly. Like A cannot be mapped to this, is not possible. B cannot be mapped to both 2 and 4. But obviously, let's say B is initially mapped to 2, A can also be mapped to 2. But in that case, A cannot be mapped to 1. Am I clear? लेफ्ट वाले बॉक्स से, हाँ, लेफ्ट वाले बॉक्स से हर एक एलिमेंट से तीर निकलना पड़ेगा, राइट? और एक एलिमेंट से, लेफ्ट वाले बॉक्स का जो एलिमेंट है उससे दो तीर नहीं निकल सकता। लेकिन बी वाला जो बॉक्स है, बी वाले बॉक्स के बारे में हम लोग कुछ नहीं कह रहे। क्यों कुछ नहीं कह रहे हैं? क्योंकि बी वाले बॉक्स के हर एक एलिमेंट पे तीर लगे या ना लगे हमें क्या, वो तो कोडोमेन है। दिस इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ कोडोमेन एंड रेंज, राइट? कोडोमेन है ना, रेंज तो नहीं है, रेंज में वो नहीं भी आ सकता है। सो बेसिकली क्या कि यहाँ पर हर एक एलिमेंट पे तीर नहीं भी लग सकता है, लेकिन यहाँ से हर एक एलिमेंट से तीर चलना पड़ेगा, फर्स्ट कंडीशन। और क्या? और यहाँ पे एक एलिमेंट से दो तीर नहीं निकल सकता, मतलब यूनिक मैपिंग होना पड़ेगा, राइट? लेकिन यहाँ पे एक एलिमेंट पे दो तीर लग सकता है। नाउ इफ यू राइट इट बाय डेफिनेशन, देन इट विल बी मच मोर क्लियर टू यू। सो first let us write let A and B are two sets, then there exists a rule or manner if there exists a rule or manner if which associates each element of A with a unique element in V. Then F is called a function or mapping from A onto B, right? So let's read this definition once. So it says that let A and B are two sets, okay? There exists a rule or manner F which associates each element of A with a unique element of B. So the keywords over here are each. So each element of A with a unique element in B. तो क्या हुआ कि ए के हर एक एलिमेंट से तीर निकलना पड़ेगा और एक से ज्यादा तीर ए के एलिमेंट से नहीं निकल सकता, बिकॉज इट नीड्स टू बी मैप्ड विद अ यूनिक एलिमेंट इन बी, राइट। सो अब मान लो यहाँ पे लिख दे हाउ वी डिफरेंशिएट इट फ्रॉम अ रिलेशन। सो अ रिलेशन फ्रॉम लेट्स से a to b is called a function. If now someone tell me the three conditions which I just said. There are three conditions.
All elements of A must have an image in B, mapping in B.
Yeah, but how do you say that mathematically? Consider some element small a belonging to capital A and then a frame and tell me what will it be.
Okay, mathematically, so
Yes.
you can say that let A belong to capital A and the function be defined from A mapping to B. Then for all A belonging to A, f of A belongs to B.
Okay. So basically, first point, if we write first the most general point, then obviously function is a subset of A cross B, right? Second point, for all A belonging to capital A comma f of A belongs to F, where f of A belongs to B, right? And then the most important point, uniqueness theorem, right? So if let's say no, if let's say some A comma B, we write it like this, some belongs to F, and let's say A comma C also belongs to F, then what can we infer?
B equal to C.
Implies B must be equal to C.
Equal to C.
So now let's revise the basic things, which are the what is an image and what is a preimage. So image, if how do we frame it? If element small a belongs to capital A is associated with, let's say, some element small b belonging to capital B, then small b is the functional image of A or image of A under F, and A is called the preimage of B, right? So we can directly write it over here that if an element small a belonging to capital A is associated with small v belonging to capital B, then B is called the functional image of A slash image of A under F. And what is a preimage?
Excuse me, Dada.
Say.
Can you like explain the second point like of the definition of function again?
You
Like
mean
for
this
all
number
A,
number two?
like for all A belonging to A comma f of A belongs to F, and where f of A belongs to B.
Okay. Wait a second. So A is the preimage of B under F. Okay, so what are you not able to understand? For all small a belonging to capital A comma F of A belongs to F. So let's say if we again go to the mapping diagram, and in this case we'll see that if I define over here A1, A2, A3 and so on, this is my set A, this is my set B, B1, B2, B3 and so on, right? So for every a small a, that is all these AIs that are belonging to my capital A comma F of A, let's say I define the function between them as F, right? So A comma F of A belongs to F, right? So basically what, let's say my A1 is mapped to my B2, right? So what do I say? That my A1 comma B2 belongs to F. Is this clear up till this?
Yeah.
Yeah. A1 comma B2 belongs to F, where A1 belongs to what? A, and B2
A.
belongs to what? B.
B.
Huh. This is the meaning of that statement, nothing else.
Yeah, got
What
it.
is this? Okay. So last day I think we discussed what is a domain and range, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now can someone tell me? Let's say over
Can
here
you
I
show
have
the definition of image once again? I'll just write it.
definition of.
The image and
Okay. Tell me once you are done.
yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So let's say if I write a function f is defined from A to B, then what is A over here and what is B over here? Tell me. What is A?
A is the domain and B is the range.
A is the domain. Okay. And what is B?
Range.
Range.
Um, that is the common mistake. What did I say over here?
Codomain.
What did I say over here? That every element of B need not be mapped with A, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello. So am I
Yes,
audible?
sir. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically, let's say if I define this function, let's say I define it R to R. Okay, so basically real to real, then I write fx is equal to x square. Now tell me, is this my range? In this case,
What you were saying wasn't audible. Like you were cut out after like the common mistake.
yeah. So basically, what I was saying that that is a common mistake, right? Telling that B is my range, that is a common mistake because I can contradict over here. That let's say if I define fx is equal to x square, then is this a function? Obviously, right? This is a function, and let's say I define it from R to R. Then what is this R over here? Is this my domain? Is this my codomain or my range? Tell me.
Codomain. But over here, no, yeah, codomain.
Yeah. So did you get it? समझ में आया क्यों हो रहा है ऐसा?
The codomain are the ones which are actually coming, and range is the possible ones.
हाँ, रेंज मतलब कोडोमेन मतलब मैं कहाँ पे डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ फंक्शन को, टोटल जो एरिया में डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ, और रेंज मतलब क्या अचीव कर सकता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरा जो मशीन है सब कुछ अचीव कर लेगा. उसका जितना कैपेसिटी होगा उसके हिसाब से ही वो अचीव कर पाएगा, उसके बाहर वो नहीं जा पाएगा, राइट? तो यहाँ पे क्या है, इसका क्या है, सिर्फ R प्लस, राइट?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you include 0 then also 0. Okay, so simply you can say over here that mark it as a note that element of B which has a preimage in A in A is called range. समझ में आया सिंपल टर्म्स में? Or we can write a range is a
set of elements or range is set of
कौन सा?
so
Which
range.
one?
हाँ, set of elements.
Yes,
हाँ, so
it should be
set up over here, set of elements. Set of elements of B which has a preimage in A is called range, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, a range is a subset of my codomain. Okay. Now I'm giving you some mappings. Tell me whether which one is a function, which one is not a function. Tell me. Okay. You keep on solving. I'll be asking at the last. I'm giving you 4 questions. Now tell me which are functions. Start from number 1.
One is function.
One is not a function.
One is
Okay.
not function, two is
Not a
function.
function. Reason
is-
1 is a function. Why?
Because all elements of it does
All
not have
elements-
image in it.
Does not have an image.
All
in
elements
set.
are not mapped.
Okay. And number 2,
It is a
It
function.
is a
It
function.
is a function.
yeah, it is a function. Okay. And number 3,
Not a function.
Not a function.
Because one element,
One
has
element is
two
mapped to 2 different elements of the
elements of
codomain.
Can you give me an example of such a, let's say, just an equation which is not
Y
a
square
function?
equal to x. Y square equal to x.
Yeah,
Y
common
square equal
example.
to 4x.
Okay, so this is not a function, and this one?
It is also not a function. All elements have not been mapped.
No, one element has not been mapped.
Now let's do some questions on domain. Find domain of root x. What will it be?
All positive real
X will
numbers.
to 0 to infinity
Also
close
zero.
bracket. Yeah. 0 the close bracket.
Okay. Then 1 by x.
R minus 0.
R minus
Singleton 0, right? Similarly, for 1 by x minus 1, it will be r minus
singleton.
1.
And where?
then 1 by x plus root x. Tell me.
Sir, R minus 1. Sorry,
R
R
plus
minus
minus 0. Sir, R plus
plus-
minus 0.
R star minus 0.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we write it? 0 to infinity, 0 pe open, right? Correct? hai?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
So
Sir, why is
basically,
there
what do
open
we do?
bracket after infinity?
Infinity पे close कैसे होगा? Can you reach infinity?
Okay, okay, sorry.
तो 1 by x plus root x, right? So हमने basically क्या किया? यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसा फॉर्म था fx plus gx फॉर्म का था, तो हमने इंटरसेक्शन लगा दिया, right? So what do we do in such cases? इंटरसेक्शन करते करते लिखते जाएंगे. तो फर्स्ट फंक्शन के लिए क्या है? x not equal to 0, right? इंटरसेक्शन क्या करना पड़ेगा? इसके लिए x greater than equal to 0. अब इसका इंटरसेक्शन लेंगे तो ये आ जाएगा. इससे क्या होगा? तुम कभी कोई केसेस मिस नहीं करोगे, राइट?
Can you repeat once again? The last one.
क्या करना है कि मान लो कि कोई कॉम्पोजिट फंक्शन है fx by gx है, या फिर root fx by gx है, या फिर fx plus gx है, right? So what do you have to do? You take you see the definition of each one of the parts, right? For fx, for gx, and then you take intersection. So what did we do over here? पहले पार्ट के लिए क्या है? पहले पार्ट के लिए क्या होगा? x not equal to 0. बाकी सबके लिए तो डिफाइंड है. और सेकंड क्या है? रूट एक्स का क्या होगा? x ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0. बाकी सबके लिए तो वो नॉट डिफाइंड हो जाएगा x लेस देन 0 के लिए. अब दोनों का अगर इंटरसेक्शन लेंगे तो क्या आ रहा है? 0 टू इन्फिनिटी 0 पे ओपन आ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So then do this in a similar manner. Root over x minus 3 upon x minus 2. Tell me. I think everyone is aware of wavy curve.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So who told me the answer just now? That was correct actually.
Nada me.
Yes, sir. I can answer.
Who said? Who said?
Dada show kariya, show kariya.
Okay, okay. So what do we basically do over here? Again the same process, right? So पहले अंदर वाले चीज को देखते हैं. इसको ऐसा ले लेते हैं कि मान लो कि रूट अंडर एफ एक्स है और रूट अंडर एफ एक्स बाई एच एक्स इस फॉर्म का कुछ. तो पहला क्या, पहले अंदर को रूट देखते हैं. रूट कैसे डिफाइन होगा? x माइनस 3 अपॉन x माइनस 2 इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0.
Greater than
ठीक है.
yes.
हाँ, ये प्रॉब्लम हो गया सॉल्व. अब क्या इंटरसेक्शन लेना पड़ेगा किसके साथ? डिनोमिनेटर को भी तो डिफाइन होना पड़ेगा, राइट?
Hmm.
X is not equal to 2.
ओके. सो नाउ व्हाट डू वी डू? इसको वेवी कर्व से सॉल्व कर लें. क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स मार्क करते हैं. 2 3
2 and 3
प्लस
plus
माइनस,
minus.
राइट?
Yes, sir. We have to consider positive one.
या सो ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0 है. तो क्या इसको भी डॉट्स को भी कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा जब इसको सॉल्व कर रहे हैं इंडिविजुअली.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है.
Yes,
तो
sir.
क्या आ जाएगा? इसको अगर सॉल्व करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? माइनस इन्फिनिटी टू 2 पे क्लोज्ड
Yes, sir.
यूनियन क्लोज इन्फिनिटी,
3,
राइट?
infinity.
हाँ हाँ. अब क्या, अब x नॉट इक्वल टू x2 तो नहीं हो सकता.
So
इसके
that
साथ
what
भी
we'll do.
इंटरसेक्शन
Yes,
होना
sir.
पड़ेगा.
So close नहीं
Sir,
होगा.
open bracket at minus infinity to 2.
हाँ, तो ओपन ब्रैकेट हो जाएगा. तो
close
फाइनली
नहीं होगा.
आंसर, हाँ, तो क्या हो जाएगा फाइनल आंसर? माइनस इन्फिनिटी टू 2 इंटरसेक्शन, नहीं इंटरसेक्शन नहीं, यूनियन, यूनियन क्लोज 3 से लेके इन्फिनिटी, राइट? Slowly you'll get the
Yes,
hang
sir.
of it to do it. Okay, let's do another one. Root over x minus 3 upon, अंदर में एक और रूट x minus 2. इसका बोलो. वही same method. You need to apply the same method in every question so that you don't miss any case.
Sir, x minus 3 by root x minus 2 will be greater than is equal to 0.
X minus 3 by root x minus 2 will be greater than equal to 0. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
First case.
Then sir, we have to mark the critical points.
You can mark first, write all the conditions, then mark, then solve each one.
Yes, sir. X should not be 0. Sorry, x should not be 2.
Dada, it will be
X-
closed bracket 3
Sir, 3 comma
Close
infinity.
bracket 3 to infinity.
Close bracket, sir.
Yeah, so close bracket 3 to infinity. So how did you do? First condition is this, then next condition,
Sir,
intersection.
x is not equal to
X.
2, sir. X is not equal to
No,
2.
no,
Sir,
no. X
should
minus
not
2
be-
greater than
Sir, x
0.
minus 2 should not be negative.
So basically I can directly write like this, x minus 2 greater than 0 directly.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Does this take in all the conditions? Denominator not equal to 0, denominator defined, whole thing defined. Done, all done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now how do we solve this one? I mark 2 and I mark 3,
And 3.
right? So what do we do?
The plus minus plus.
Okay,
Sir, can we
Think
use
right.
Weber
Behind
curve
two, it
for
would not.
non-polynomial functions?
what?
Can we use Weber curve for non-polynomial functions?
You can use Weber curve for a non-polynomial function. Think how.
Like actually, I use the fact that root over
अरे
x
ये
minus 2 that
concept
is
रख दो ना,
always.
ये concept रखो. Root over x minus 2 तो हमेशा greater than 0 होगा,
I use that fact only. So that is
right? तो multiply कर दे right side में, फायदा नहीं है इसका कोई यहाँ पे. समझ में आया? तो टू क्रिटिकल पॉइंट ही नहीं आएगा, समझे?
Yes, sir. I was confused over there only. I used that thing only, that root x minus 2 positive হবে তো ওটা multiply করে দিলে sign change হবে না, x minus
Yes, exactly.
3.
और ऑब्वियसली 0 तो हो नहीं सकता, तो मल्टीप्लाई करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. सो क्या 3 आ गया, 3 में प्लस माइनस लगा तो ये हो गया प्लस, ये हो गया माइनस. अब क्या x तो 3 तो हो ही सकता है क्योंकि ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0 है. तो डायरेक्टली आंसर क्या आ जाएगा? 3 से लेके इन्फिनिटी।
Yes.
इसको भी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, इसको भी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है।
Yes.
चलो एक और वेरिएशन देख लेते हैं। इसका बताना।
Sir, it's basically root over x minus 3 by x minus 2.
रूट ओवर x minus 3 अपॉन
By
x minus
It will be close bracket 3 comma infinity.
रूट मतलब टोटल रूट के अंदर नहीं, टोटल रूट के अंदर नहीं है, अलग अलग है।
नहीं
हमें
अलग अलग।
हमेशा सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते।
Close bracket 3 to infinity.
Yes,
क्या
sir.
क्या?
3 comma infinity, including
3
3.
comma infinity close
Including
bracket.
इंक्लूडिंग 3, राइट?
Yes, sir, including
क्या कंडीशन हुआ? फर्स्ट कंडीशन क्या है?
x minus
Sir,
3
x
greater than equal to 0, x minus 2
X
greater
greater
than
than
0.
x minus 3 greater than equal to 0 and x minus 2
x
greater than
minus 2
0.
ग्रेटर देन 0, राइट?
Yes.
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 हाँ, तो यहाँ से डायरेक्टली आ गया 3 से इन्फिनिटी। इसमें तो मेहनत भी नहीं करना पड़ा।
हाँ.
ठीक, चलो कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन। In layman's terms, what is continuous function? Easiest definition.
So in layman's terms, so we can say that there is no break in the function throughout
हाँ,
the.
मतलब without taking a pen, we can draw the entire graph.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I write fx is equal to x, or let's say fx is equal to sine x, or maybe cos x. All these are continuous functions, right? Right or wrong?
Tan
Yes.
of
Can you
x
repeat the definition
vertical
of-
asymptote আছে, so we have to
No,
go
I'm
with
not telling about fx is equal to sine x by cos x. Means another case, fx is equal to cos x.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
All
these
these
are
are continuous,
good.
right?
Hmm.
Okay. Now comes the tan x part. Let's say I define f r to r, right? fx is equal to tan x. इसका कोई बता सकता है क्या होगा? कंटिन्यूअस, डिसकंटिन्यूअस?
Discontinuous.
Discontinuous.
Discontinuous vertical asymptote আছে।
हाँ, so not continuous.
Sir, can you repeat the definition of continuous function means? What is actually?
बेसिक डेफिनेशन क्या है? वही है ना, विदाउट पेन उठा के बना दो। बाकी हम लोग कंटिन्यूटी में देखेंगे, उतना जरूरत नहीं है फंक्शन में।
Okay, okay.
हो गया। और मान लो अब मैंने कुछ ऐसे डिफाइन किया, अब बताओ डी ऑफ tan x मतलब समझ में आ रहा है?
डोमेन तो
डोमेन। अब क्या
tan
होगा?
x is defined. So I still think it will be discontinuous.
That's
डोमेन।
But
Hmm.
if we trace it over there, then there will be like a at x equal to like pi by 2 or x equal to 3 pi by 2, there will be no value.
Put pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 because that is not in the domain.
Okay. Then
So if it's in the domain, there will be a value always, so it should be continuous.
Yes, exactly. That it should be continuous because it is always in the domain. This is a very important thing. Now, mostly in JEE, you will get questions where functions are defined from R to R. So in that case, you'll directly state not continuous. But see this part. Okay, always notice this part. What is given? If it is given domain of that function to R, then some functions, it may happen that they are not continuous on whole R, but they are continuous in their domain.
sir, but like x equal to pi by 2 is not there. But if we have a number very close to pi by 2, we are approaching from the left side. Value will be very close to positive infinity. And if it is
Yeah.
just a little bit more than minus pi by 2, then it will be near negative infinity. So we have to lift the pen while moving from one end to the other, right?
Yeah, tell me, while lifting the pen, will you not cross that point? X equal to pi by 2. Is that allowed?
No.
Then
Okay. Understood.
simply, let's say, if we define tan x from, let's say, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then does this hold true?
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
good.
that is true.
Yeah. So in case of a domain, it will always be true. So let's look into another point, and that is this is very obvious that range of a continuous function is always from maximum to minimum. Let's write it ulta. Okay. So now some points were like what we were doing right now on those. So let f and g have domain d1 and d2, right? So f plus g का domain क्या होगा? अभी क्या कर रहे थे?
So D1 union D2.
Why d1 union d2?
Intersect.
Obviously, na f and g both have to be defined. Otherwise, how will f plus g be defined? F and g have to be defined. F or g na. Is it clear?
What like excuse me, what does the range of continuous function is always min to max mean again?
Means, for example, let's say I give you fx is equal to sin x. Right. Minimum value is, maximum value is, range is, getting it?
-1 to 1.
Clear? I think it is clear,
Can
right?
you explain this point?
Yeah, again, please.
Which one? Which one?
Sir, F and G have domain D1 and D2, so F
Okay.
plus G has domain.
So f plus g has domain what? Basically, let's say if I consider this to be some hx, right?
Yeah, it
So
will
this
have domain d1 intersection d2. I think.
obviously ना, क्यों पता चल रहा है या आइडिया नहीं लग रहा है? अगर मान लो, बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, अगर मान लो कि कोई लेट्स से b है जो d में d2 में एग्जिस्ट करता है, d2 जो सेट है उसमें मान लो b कोई एक एलिमेंट है जो एग्जिस्ट करता है, ठीक है? लेकिन मान लो ये जो b एलिमेंट है ये d1 में एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है, ठीक है। अब मान लो मैंने वो ये जो फंक्शन है, इस फंक्शन में ये वैल्यू पुट कर दिया, तो जी तो डिफाइन हो जाएगा, एफ तो कोई आउटपुट ही नहीं देगा। अगर एफ कोई आउटपुट नहीं देगा तो एफ प्लस जी का वैल्यू कैसे डिफाइन होगा, होगा या नहीं होगा?
Sir,
आर यू
could you
गेटिंग
just
इट?
repeat one?
मान लो D2 जो सेट है, D2 क्या है? D2 G का डोमेन है और D1 क्या है? F का डोमेन है। अब मान लो
Yes.
D2 में कोई एक एलिमेंट है B, ठीक है। D1 में मान लो वो एलिमेंट ही नहीं है, ठीक है। तो B जब तुम इनपुट दे रहे हो तब G तो आउटपुट दे रहा है, लेकिन F का भी आउटपुट देगा, B तो उसके डोमेन में ही नहीं है।
Yes, sir, it will not give output.
नहीं देगा तो इसका मतलब क्या? इंटरसेक्शन ही लेना पड़ेगा, जो
Yes,
दोनों
sir,
में
yes.
कॉमन है, जो दोनों में कॉमन है। यू हैव टू टेक दोज एलिमेंट्स which are common to both, right?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay. So after this, similarly for f plus minus g, then f into g is also d1 intersection d2 and f by g. Tell me, what for f by g?
F into G এর জন্য in D1 intersection D2, but for F by G it will be D1 intersection D2 and G is not equal to 0 for some value.
Yeah, so d1 intersection d2, right, minus x such that gx is equal to 0, right?
Yes.
Okay. अब मान लो एक कॉमन एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं। एफ एक्स का वैल्यू 1/x है, जी एक्स का वैल्यू 1/x-1 है। एफ बाई जी का डोमेन क्या होगा, बताओ? एक गलती मत कर देना, डायरेक्ट एफ बाई जी कैलकुलेट करके वहां से कैलकुलेट मत करना, गलत हो जाएगा। किया?
Sir, is it R minus bracket 0 comma 1?
Yes, it is r minus 0,1.
0,1.
Yeah, so first let's write process. You need to know the process, right? So first what, f का डोमेन लिखते हैं, मतलब d1 का क्या वैल्यू है? r minus 0, right?
And R minus 0.
अब g का लिखते हैं, g का क्या होगा? d2, वो
Sir,
क्या
R
होगा?
minus 1.
अब एक बार इंटरसेक्शन लो, इंटरसेक्शन लेने से क्या आ रहा है?
Sir, R minus 0,1.
ये आ रहा है। अब देखो कि क्या g का भी 0 हो सकता है? इज इट पॉसिबल?
No.
No, sir.
तो बस छोड़ के आगे चले जाओ, डन। This is how you need to do. First find the domain of f, then find the domain of g and see whether g can be 0 or not. If not, then leave, and if then see if that is already included, and if it is not included, then include it. Simple. Okay, then let's see some trig functions. I guess most of you would be knowing. When we would be coming to inverse trigonometry, then I would be means teaching the entire inverse trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions. First subtopic under functions. चलो sin x ऐसे डिवाइड कर लेते हैं. चलो डोमेन, रेंज एंड ग्राफ. ओके, sin x का डोमेन क्या है?
Real.
ऑल रियल. रेंज क्या है?
-1 to 1.
-1 to 1.
Yes, 1, 2.
ग्राफ तो सबको पता ही होगा, राइट? cos x का देख लेते हैं. cos x का भी क्या? r
R minus
-1 into 1. Right?
का ऊपर से स्टार्ट होता है.
हाँ,
graph will be shifted by pi by 2.
yes. Okay, then tan x. tan x का क्या होगा? डोमेन ध्यान से.
R minus
R minus
n pi by 2 and belong to
minus 1 pi
integer.
by 2.
n pi by 2 होगा क्या?
R
सोचो.
minus 9. Sir, R minus pi
No,
by 2.
no, n
R
2n
minus
plus 1
2n
pi
plus
by
1 pi by 2.
Odd multiple of pi by 2, right?
Odd multiples, yes.
Yes.
Then to be defined है. Then तो r minus, write like this, union 2n minus 1 pi by 2, n belongs to, write it here.
So what is
N.
n here?
n is any integer. n belongs to 0.
2n minus
Okay,
1
so it's
plus 1
multiple,
একই
okay.
তো
What?
2n minus 1 plus 1 একই তো হবে।
হ্যাঁ একই হবে. r रेंज r होगा ना 10 का.
रेंज
हाँ sir.
ओके, सो अगर हम लोग
It will
ऐसे
go up and never come down, something like that.
right, and it goes on. Okay, then we have cosec x.
So opposite RR, shear R.
क्या होगा? cosec x का क्या होगा डोमेन?
Sir, R.
Sir, R
सोचो ठीक
minus
से.
0.
r होगा.
R minus 0.
0 को जनरलाइज करो.
R minus 2
Okay,
n.
sir, bracket.
r minus n pi
Sorry, R minus n pi.
Sir, open bracket. Sir, open bracket 0, infinity.
कैसे? r minus n pi.
r minus n pi ना
Yes.
बोलो, समझ में आया? n belongs to z. रेंज क्या होगा?
R minus 0.
r minus 0. ठीक से बोलो.
R minus -1 to 1, I think.
हाँ, r minus
yes,
minus
r
1 to
minus 1 to
तो r minus इंक्लूड करूँ या इंक्लूड ना करूँ? -1 और 1 को
Exclude.
Include.
So include.
सोचो
No,
ठीक
no,
से.
no, not include.
Exclude. Like,
-1 and 1 can be the values. So not
-1 and 1 होता है.
ये होगा. ठीक है. कोसेक का ग्राफ पता है.
So opposite of sin x means first it will come down then up.
First it will
It is
come
like
down.
hanging string, something like that.
Yeah, so something like this,
Yes.
right? I hope you can mark the points yourself. Okay. So a similar graph for sec x, I'm not telling that. So sec x का बस ये बता दो. डोमेन क्या होगा वो बता दो, बाकी जरूरत नहीं है.
R minus -1.
R माइनस डोमेन रेंज नहीं.
R minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2.
N pi.
n पाई तो नहीं होगा.
2n
That
plus
2n
1
plus
R
pi
one
by
minus
pi.
2.
1 minus 1 pi by 2.
ऐसे सोचना पड़ता है. जैसे ही कोसेक एक्स आएगा सेक एक्स आएगा, उसमें कैसे सोचोगे. सिंपली कोसेक एक्स को लिख दो, जैसे पिछले केस में था कोसेक एक्स को लिख दो 1 बाई साइन एक्स. साइन एक्स कहाँ 0 हो जाता है बताओ. n पाई पे तो r
Yes.
माइनस n पाई होगा. अब अगर सेक एक्स है तो सेक एक्स को सिंपली लिख दो 1 बाई कॉस एक्स. कॉस एक्स कहाँ पे अनडिफाइंड हो जा रहा है, ऑड मल्टीपल ऑफ 5/2. कॉस एक्स यहाँ पे 0 हो जा रहा है, ऑड मल्टीपल ऑफ 5/2, तो वहां पे सेक एक्स अनडिफाइंड हो जाएगा. सिंपल. 2n minus 1 pi by 2, तो r minus 2n minus 1 pi by 2.
-1 pi
ठीक.
by 2. Yes, it will be
हाँ. cot x का क्या होगा. cot x सिमिलर in a similar manner, go in a similar manner. cot x का expansion लिखो.
Are you writing anything down? I can't see.
नहीं, I am not writing, I am just
Okay.
telling. How do you write cot x? Come on, tell.
Cot x will also be
R minus n pi.
R minus 2.
cot x or
r minus n pi. बट
n.
यहाँ पे जिन्होंने cot x को 1 by tan x लिख के सॉल्व किया था, ये गलती मत करना, क्योंकि बाद में एक दो क्वेश्चन दिखाऊंगा, वहां पे अगर तुम 1 by tan x cot x को सब्स्टिट्यूट करोगे तो पूरा आंसर गलत आ जाएगा. cot x को हमेशा लिखना है cos x by sin x, उसके बाद सॉल्व करना है.
Yes.
इज अ मेजर मिस्टेक वी डू. ओके. सो और रेंज तो आर ही हो गया, cot का तो ग्राफ पता ही है. अब चलो और कुछ क्वेश्चंस करते हैं.
Sir, what was the range for sec x?
रेंज फॉर sec x सेम लाइक cosec x.
Okay, sir.
माइनस
R
इन्फिनिटी टू
minus
-1
minus
ओपन,
1, comma
यूनियन 1 to infinity. हाँ, r minus -1, 1.
Okay, sir.
Dada,
Thank
for
you, sir.
cosec x and sec x, if we define the function from domain of cosec x to R, then will it be also continuous?
Yes, obviously. You cannot cross at that point, nah? Because you are defining in domain. So find the range of first some simple ones, very simple. Sine of 2x, sine 2x. Range क्या होगा,
So -1 to 1.
right? Sine x square,
-1 to
Minus
-1 to
-1 to 1. Cos square x,
So 0 to 1.
0 to
0 to 1.
अच्छा. अब बताओ.
So -1 to 1.
-1 to 1.
सबको
So it will
पकड़
be
में आ गया
cos
ना क्या
2x.
लिखा हुआ है.
Cos 2x.
हाँ,
it is cos 2x.
अब इसका
So it will be -1 to 1.
So -1 to 1.
same way.
So it will become cos x.
So basically what cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2, that will become 1, and then same like previous question.
Two to 9.
2 to 10.
Yes, 10. Sorry, 2 to 10. 2 to 10.
So how are you getting 2 to 10?
-1 and 1.
The
And
sin
one
x
small.
plus 2 whole square, it would be 1 to 3. Like sin x plus 2 range would be 1 to 3.
Okay.
So sir, sin x plus 2 whole square will be 1 to 9, and plus 1
Uh-huh.
means 2 to 10.
Yeah. Okay. So now this one, tell me. 4
So
tan x
4
cos
plus
x. 4 tan x cos x.
so -4 to 4.
-4 to
Open or closed?
Sir, closed. Sir, closed.
हाँ, गलत हो गया. गलत हो गया. दिख रहा है गलती?
Dada, cos x can't be 0.
And that means?
sin x cannot be -1 or 1.
That means -4 to 4?
Open.
As
Sir,
to
open
for
bracket.
हाँ. ये मुझसे भी हुआ था फर्स्ट टाइम जब मैंने किया था. इन दोनों को कैंसिल अगर कर रहे हो, इसका मतलब क्या है? cos x not equal to 0.
Not equal to 0.
That means sin x not equal to plus -1. That means क्या आ जाएगा? -4 से लेके 4 ओपन. ठीक है. अब I think everyone knows polynomial function.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So a polynomial function का क्या होता है? Continuous होता है?
Polynomial
Yes,
function
sir.
Differentiable होता है?
continuous.
Differentiate कर सकते हो हर पॉइंट पे?
Yes.
Yes.
Polynomial we can.
So basically what? Continuous and no sharp turn. ओके. अब मान लो कि मेरे पास कोई भी ऑड डिग्री पॉलिनोमियल है, ठीक है? उसका रेंज क्या होगा? क्या हम लोग डायरेक्टली बता सकते हैं?
Odd degree
Slightly repeat the
polynomial
question.
will be hard.
Let's say if we have any odd degree polynomial, then what will be its range?
Hard.
R, right? Undoubtedly R.
Yes, R.
So range of any is R.
How can we say the ranges are the codomain in this case should be R without having the polynomial? How can we say the ranges are?
मान लो कोई odd degree का polynomial है, right?
No, range will also be R.
कोई भी odd degree का polynomial मान लो. Let's say क्या लिखें? ax cube plus bx, ठीक है, चलेगा?
Yes.
इस पे माइनस
Yes.
इन्फिनिटी पुट कर, क्या आ रहा है आंसर? x के
Minus
जगह
infinity.
माइनस पुट कर, क्या आ रहा है?
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity.
और अगर प्लस इन्फिनिटी पुट करेगा तो
Plus infinity.
आ गया सब कुछ?
Yes.
चलो, अब now let's say we have a linear function, linear function कैसा होता है? y is equal to x plus b, डोमेन क्या होगा? ऑल रियल,
All
All
real.
real.
Sir, all
रेंज
real.
क्या होगा? ऑल रियल.
Sir, all real.
All real.
ओके, अब मान लो कुछ ऐसा है, y is equal to 1 upon x plus b. अब क्या?
Domain will be R minus minus d by a.
Yeah, and range?
R minus 0.
R minus 0.
Yes, range will be r minus 0. Okay. अब मान लो कि तुम्हें कोई,
Answer once.
हाँ हाँ,
You show just the previous things.
separate this from this, is different.
Yeah.
Done? Yeah. So let's say in this case you have been given y is equal to, let's say, some linear by linear form. That means ax plus b upon cx plus d. Now what do you do? Tell me. Domain. What will be the domain?
Sir, minus d. Sir, R minus d by
R
c.
minus d by c.
R minus minus d by c.
r minus minus d by c. अब रेंज बताना जरा कैसे करोगे?
Minus infinity to
Okay, so basically what would we seeing? This one. So let's say I've been given some function y is equal to some linear by linear. So in that case, what will be the range?
Will it be all real numbers?
Na.
Radha, can you please wait? I'm solving.
Uh-huh.
Can you please wait? I'm solving it.
Okay, okay. What are the ideas that are popping up into your minds? What to do, the process?
I was thinking like we can divide ax plus b by cx plus d and x not equal to minus d by c. That thing. So we are getting a by c plus b minus da by c by cx plus d. So from there can we proceed? Not sure.
Simply you can do one thing. There is a simpler way. Think. Should I show?
Do we have to differentiate?
No. Not needed. Not required.
Stick to the
See. It's
Is
very
it
simple.
0,
You have to do
1 or is it 0, 1 or close bracket both sides?
no means you won't get any data because it is A, B. It will come in terms of A, B, C, or D.
Dada, it will be either minus infinity to b root under bc plus ad whole square minus 4abcd by 2ac, or root under bc plus ad whole square minus 4abcd by 2ac to
No,
infinity.
no. Such things won't come. Wait, I'm telling you. See, simply do one thing. You see this y is equal to ax plus b upon cx plus d. Now quickly do one thing. Express x in terms of y. Quickly.
I did it. B minus dy by cy minus a. And that cannot be equal
Okay,
to
so
minus d by c.
So x is equal to b minus yd upon cy minus a. You expressed x in terms of y. Now tell me one thing, that x is what? X is a real value.
But this cannot be minus d by c.
So cy minus a. So tell me one thing. If I find the domain for this function, then will it be the range of this function? Yes or no?
Yes.
So obviously, so in this case, what we are getting? What is the domain of this function? R minus
As a by c.
R minus a by c, right? So simply you express x in terms of y, and then you calculate the domain for f of y, right? So in this case, we get the domain of this as, let's write it as domain of this, domain of f of y, we are getting as R minus a by c, and which is directly equal to range of fx. Okay. So then let's say I give you a function y is equal to x into x minus 1 upon x minus 1. Now tell me, what is the range? Only tell me the range.
So key relation y equal to?
Y is equal to x into x minus 1 upon x minus 1.
Oh, okay. It keep the domain and range.
Only range.
Oh, only range. Okay. R minus 1.
Yeah, exactly. R minus 1, right?
Is
Now what is the total? Since we are cancelling x minus 1 and x minus 1, so basically x can't be equal to 1. Now
Yeah,
put the value of x is equal to 1 and check what is the value of y. That value cannot come, so r minus 1, right? Okay.
Yes.
So another similar question.
Wait, can you again explain that?
Yeah, so basically what you we are over here, what we are doing, we are cancelling x minus 1 and x minus 1, right? We are doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means x not equal to 1. मतलब क्या x कभी 1 नहीं हो सकता? अगर x 1 नहीं हो सकता तो y कभी 1 नहीं हो सकता?
Yeah.
तो r minus 1 आ गया रेंज।
Yeah.
ठीक है, चलो एक और देख लेते हैं। x minus 1 into x minus 3 upon x minus 3 into x minus 4, इसका बताना।
r minus 1 and minus 2.
r minus 1 and minus 2, yes। बाकी सबको मिल रहा है आंसर?
Yes, sir.
मिला ना? बाकी सबको?
Yes, sir.
Now what is the process? What did you do?
Sir, here first
cancelled
of
x
all, sir,
minus
x is not
no,
equal to 3, comma 4.
x.
So, sir, now if we cancel x minus 3 and x minus 3 by putting x is equal to 3, we will get minus 2. So, sir, so the value of the function cannot be minus 2. And sir, secondly,
Okay.
if we do it, if we see it is linear upon linear, x minus 1 divided by x minus 4. So we it cannot be also 1. Its value. So, sir, it will be r minus 1 comma 2. Sorry, minus 2 comma 1.
Yes.
Minus 2.
R minus 1 comma minus
Yes,
2.
sir,
Minus 2
1
comma
comma
1.
minus 2.
R minus 1 comma minus 2. Okay. Okay. So now anyone, what is an algebraic function? What is an what is an algebraic operation? First tell me, what are the basic algebraic operations we have learned?
Algebraic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division.
Under root.
Under.
So a function constructed with algebraic operations such as let's say add, subtract, multiply, divide, or root with a polynomial function is called an algebraic function, right?
Can you write it down once?
Yeah, obviously. A function constructed with algebraic operation such that such as add, subtract, multiply, divide, or root with a polynomial function. Is an algebraic function. So if we take an example, that example only, if we take, let's say, root of x over x square plus 1. Is this an algebraic function?
Mhm.
Right? So over here, we can write a point that all polynomial function are algebraic. But the converse is not true. Right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now another small term, fractional rational function. This is the last topic of our today's class. Now, what is a fractional rational function? Simple. I'm not writing in words, I'm just writing it like this. Just simply polynomial upon polynomial. It's a fractional rational function. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah, say.
yes, it is clear.
Yeah. So in the next class, we will be delving into the depth of inverse trigonometry, and we'll be learning all the functions, their graphs and everything, because that is necessary. Otherwise, many of you won't be understanding the rest of the functions, because inverse trigonometry is used very frequently in the questions. So we would be first covering inverse trigonometric functions, and then we would be continuing with some property of absolute, signum functions, logarithmic functions, exponential functions, and then greatest integer functions. Yes, one of the most important thing which you would be using a lot in definite integration. So that thing, and then fractional, obviously fractional part is also there. So all this, right? And then basically the function chapter is huge, means it's quite big, and then we have composite functions also. Then here also we'll learn a bit about inverse of a general function, right? So it's a big chapter, and it is also necessary, otherwise you won't be able to solve questions of continuity differentiability, limit continuity differentiability, because graph drawing is very important, and the most important takeaway from the functions chapter is graphical analysis. That's nothing else. Most important thing. Okay, so we wrap up today's class.
Sir,
And
can this class should be shifted to any other class? I mean, any other day?
means that was what I was going to ask. So is Saturday not feasible for you all?
Monday.
No, sir. No, sir.
Saturday is okay. If it is after
The Saturday,
8
Friday, and
o'clock.
Sunday is not capable for me.
Saturday
Saturday.
after
Sir, on
8 o'clock.
Monday, can you do it, sir? 4 to 5:30.
Monday is everyone free? I have no problem.
Yes, sir. Monday is okay.
Monday
Monday
everyone's
evening,
So
right?
Maria can just like give a poll in the Discord.
No, sir,
yeah.
Monday evening, right?
Monday evening.
Then I'm free.
Once ask everyone, put up a poll on Discord and ask everyone whether others will be free too.
And most of them don't join, although they tick the poll.
Okay, so we shall keep the next class on Monday or what?